We good. All right, everybody. How you doing? It's Chad, the home care guy, back. Sponsored by Avail Home Care. And I'm with Avail Home Care, of course. Everybody knows that. And I'm here today with a good friend of mine, Benjamin Pooler.
What's up, everybody? How you doing?
He is now at the Pointe. So if you've never checked this building out, it's definitely worth coming down to check out and see. I've known him for probably a couple years now.
Yes, sir.
Something like that.
I think about 3 years to be specific.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So anyhow, good to meet you, man. Good to
Yes,
see you
sir.
again.
Good to see you.
Yeah, we run into each other every once in a while, so
Yes,
it's
sir.
kind of cool to get back into a situation like this, a little different.
Got the cool
You know?
shoes on.
Yeah. You're
Rocking
looking
the
good too.
Avail shirt. Hey, man. Dust my shoulders off.
Well, give me a little history about yourself. I know a little bit about you already. I know a little bit of background. But give the people a little bit about how you ended up in Florida, at least.
Wow. Okay. That's a long story. I've been in Florida for about 9 to 10 years now.
Okay.
I was in New Jersey doing something completely different. I was in the school system and coaching. Then ended up coming down here to Florida. Met my aunt, got connected to an excellent church.
Okay.
And then I just started to just kind of see where I wanted to go as far as my career is concerned.
Okay.
It's been really excellent. I dipped my foot in a couple of different things, sales in a couple of different avenues, but I felt like this was the best one.
Yeah, that's awesome. So at the Point, this is really how you got into at least the building side of this. Before that, you were doing some placements,
Yeah.
a couple different things, but really that's where I met you, when you were doing placements.
Yes, sir.
Now you're in this spot, which is really cool to see someone like you be in the spot like this, because I think
Come
you
on,
fit
man.
this.
Come on.
This fits your motif. Not only that, but it's cool to see another guy in the industry, because I feel like when I got in there's only a few. Like, I would go to marketing meetings and maybe one or two of us around. So I think over the last few years, I've seen more and more men get into this industry, which I think it's needed.
I think it's refreshing, man, to see like another gentleman with a strong presence in there. I think that people are taken back by how well you present, or people like yourself present. You're not trying to take over the room, but you have a strong presence in the room. And people feel like when they see you, they can trust you because of the level of experience that you bring to the table. And you're not necessarily a talker. You seem like a good listener.
Oh, well, good. I appreciate that.
Really.
Well, tell me a little bit about where you're at in the Point right now, and like your position. You're doing sales.
Yes, sir.
So tell me a little bit about what a day looks like for you in this building.
So to be honest with you, I don't really consider it sales as much as I feel like it's serving God's people. And one of the main things that drew me to this company, our owner said that what we do is we serve God's people. And
that's awesome.
If you know me, you know that I'm going to be about business. I'm going to be about making money, but my main thing is doing God's will. So I prayed that God would connect me to a good business that I could help serve. And then this opportunity opened up, and it ended up being perfect for me.
That's awesome.
The sales part obviously is a given, right? You're going to have to make sales. But the good thing about this business, I find, is that I'm more helping people, people who are looking for a solution for mom and dad, feeling overwhelmed at home, feeling like it's too much for them to carry, or the family is like, you know what, my dad and my mom is doing too well to be in a nursing home. That's holding them back and causing them to decline. So I feel like this was the perfect place for me to get in and really get my hands dirty, helping families, helping people, and making sure that people have a nice place to stay.
Sure. That leads me into, what do you think the hardest part of helping families choose the right level of care is? Because most people that come in, they don't really know. All they know is, I may need to move somewhere, or I don't know where I'm supposed to go to, or what's next. What's the hardest thing that you think families have a hard time with when they're looking at that?
That's a great question. I think that it kind of varies. So it's probably either on polar opposite sides of the spectrum, meaning that people feel like their mom or dad needs way more care than they do need, or the people feel like they're way more independent than they really are.
Yeah.
And as you and I both know, you played sports?
Yeah.
So you probably, what sport?
Football.
Football. Yeah. So you probably feel like right now,
just like you.
You probably feel like at some point, like you can go out and play like you used to play.
Yeah.
But if you did,
that was last night.
What were you doing? Did you like catch it?
No, I'm just kidding. It's, I do definitely feel that way all the time having kids now.
Yeah.
And my son plays basketball, and I try and go out there and play with them. And, my mind says that I'm going to go out there and whoop them
and dunk on them or something.
It doesn't happen ever.
So that's kind of where like it progresses into that place where you're 76 or 69 and you're like, man, I'm gonna go run a mile.
Yeah.
You can't run a mile.
Yep.
You probably need a walker. You
That's
probably
right.
need to do some therapy.
That's right.
So those are kind of the tough places because you have to talk to people at the level that doesn't make them feel offended, but you have to present them with truth.
Right.
And I think truth is important because you don't want to be in a place where you feel like you're super independent and you end up needing more care.
That's true.
The good part about us is here at the Point, we are all inclusive. So you're not going to pay for extra care.
Right.
If you do progress to the point where you're not able to really think for yourself like that anymore, you can always go upstairs to our memory care facility. So
that's great.
That's incredible.
What do you think that, something you wish every family understood before they walked in this building?
We're on the same team.
Yes. Well, that's a good answer. That's solid. I like that.
Because I think if we think about it like that, we'll always find the proper solution. Now, I understand that our community isn't the greatest fit for everyone, but we're the perfect fit for someone.
Yeah.
So if I'm pushing somebody into something that they may not want, then I realize that we're not on the same team.
Yeah.
But most often than not, if I take that approach that we're playing on the same team, and if they think about it like that, we'll find a solution that's best for them, even if it's not us.
Sure. Any certain flags when someone walks in the door, family walks in, is there any red flags or green flags, anything that you notice when they come in right off the bat? Are you looking for anything like that?
I am a blind optimist.
All right.
So I'm going to see the silver lining. I'm going to see the green pasture on both sides. I think that's probably my biggest issue because I always feel like there's a solution for everybody's problem. Sure. But I'm really going to try to find a solution. Again, if it's not us, there's somebody else out there that we can connect them to that can meet their needs. But I'm a blind optimist.
That's great. So that leads me into how do you help families who are overwhelmed or in crisis mode?
See, that's probably my favorite. I think those are my favorite situations. I have a story that kind of coincides with that. That makes me feel like it feels good for me.
Let me hear it.
There was a gentleman who I met at a rehab, and his wife had passed away recently.
Okay.
So I talked to the social services director, and the main thing for him was like he was in the environment that his wife had passed away in, and it kept him weighed down. He was heavy. He was in crisis mode almost every day because you have to relive those memories every day. Same hallway, same room, same place they ate together. And when I'm talking to him, even now, he starts to cry like when he's talking about his wife. So he's crying and about talking about his wife. And man, doing what I do and serving God's people, it's not wrong for me to present him with a hug. Maybe other places, but like, my Lord, man, I have to be human.
Yeah.
So, man, I gave him a hug.
Good for you. We talked about hugs in my last interview with Georgia. So hugs continue. Hugs are great.
You need it, especially if you're in a place where, in your life, your spouse passes away. That's your best friend.
Yeah.
So we were able to talk through that. And I think de-escalation of emotions and feelings, you have to be, like you said, a great listener.
Yep.
I have to make sure that I'm not pushing, but I have to be truthful with him.
Yes.
So he can understand, like, okay, this environment that you're currently in right now is not best for you.
Right.
Come on and take a tour. When he came, he started making friends automatically. He saw how much light was in our building. Now, it says in the Bible, right? It talks about light tending down darkness, and darkness can't comprehend why it's happening, right? Well, in this case, I believe because our building has a lot of windows, it brings a lot of light in.
Yeah.
And with light, obviously, you're allowed to have a better feeling. I feel like vitamin D is important.
Oh, it's very important.
The vitamin D's hitting his skin. He's eating his sandwich. And again, he starts to cry.
Yeah.
Like, man, this environment's different. I think I need to change. So it was amazing for me because I got to play both like grandson. I got to be like a counselor. And the sales part just kind of fell in the process.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
What a job. That's super cool. The fact that you get to do this on a daily basis. I mean, there's a lot of jobs out there for a lot of different people, but when people get into helping people, the senior population, I think those stories right there of seeing that, that's what life's all about.
I'm not going to lie, man. I think that's
incredible.
This for me has been important. How did you get into helping seniors?
I got in through a friend of mine. Actually, he was in the industry, and I had a little experience watching my grandfather his last year,
Really?
and it's touching. It's very hard to watch someone decline,
Yes, sir.
and I tried to be as involved as I could,
Yeah.
but that was the first kind of door that opened for me to really understand what it was like to be around the senior population that was declining.
Wow.
He was my hero. I'd only seen him and known him as someone who would live forever,
Yeah.
until that part doesn't last any longer.
Mm.
And that's difficult. So when I talked to a friend of mine really wanting to get in the business and kind of teach me the ropes, I basically said, yeah, I'd love to do this. So we instantly got started, and the rest is history. 8 years now.
I love it, man.
So yeah, and he's still a great friend of mine to this day, and so it's great.
That's great, man.
Always asking how I'm doing, and it's really neat. Let me ask you about the difference between what families think they need and what they actually need,
Okay.
because you have a lot of adult children as well that tag along,
Yeah.
and they think that they have their parents' best interest, and maybe it's not always that way.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that? How do you navigate it?
Um, I think listening is imperative. Locating what the real like X factor is for that person is important.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna just if they have a lot of information, they're gonna unload all of it.
Oh yeah.
So you
The
have,
crisis mode.
so you have to like filter through what the real issues are. Sometimes mom and dad is just too much for them, but it's just because they're not a professional.
Right.
I mean, we have professionals. So the difference is, like I saw my aunt declining, my uncle tried to take care of her, and in that process, he started declining.
Right.
He's not trained. Well, we have trained professionals. So their concerns, even though they may be glaring to them, for us, they're normal. It's
Yeah.
normal. This is what we do, right?
Yep.
Memory care. A gentleman is saying some things that the family thought was disrespectful. The alarms are going off for the family, and for us, like this is part of the process.
Yeah.
Like we understand that as he progresses in this dementia stage, he's going to have things to say.
Yep.
We don't have to respond aggressively towards them or whatever. Those are just a couple of examples, but most families, again, they're probably going to be on overprotective mode, or they're just going to be like, I got to get mom and dad out of here.
Right.
And finding that happy medium or what makes them happy on both ends of the spectrum is kind of where we like to land.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great answer. What trends are you seeing in senior living right now? Anything from when you first started in, let's say, placements,
Yeah.
or on that side of it, and then coming to where we are today? Are you seeing anything that's a trend at all? Much less, where do you think it's going?
Mm. Narrow that down a little bit. Like as far as trends, what do you mean?
I'm thinking, you see a lot of different, for me, I think memory cares are becoming larger and larger. So I'm seeing that trend. Alzheimer's dementia is growing.
Mm.
And so I definitely know that there's a lot of new facilities and buildings popping up that are strictly memory care
Memory care.
because of the need.
Yeah.
So, is that something that you agree with, or anything else that you see that's like that people would want to know about?
Honestly, being in this position I'm in right now, I've been here for it'll be four. This is like my fourth month.
Okay.
So on this side of things, I've been like, it's been fun.
You're absorbing. That's
I'm
what you're doing.
absorbing.
Yeah, you're sponging it all in.
I'm receiving all of the different data and information. I have noticed that there's a younger population of seniors that are coming into ALS.
No,
So where
I noticed that as well. Yeah.
So when it's
Noticed that as
normally
well.
like 75 to like however 100,
Yeah.
we have people now that are coming in that are 60.
Yep.
And I also see like a younger population that have like issues with their body, like MS,
Yeah.
situations where they have really bad rheumatoid arthritis.
Yep.
I've seen stuff like that. I think because of like the issues with food
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
like the quality of food, I think we may see more younger people,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Sad. Yeah, that's true.
But again, Hopefully not. I hope that doesn't happen. But
yeah, I have seen more buildings, I think, dropping the age limit on when to move in, especially some of the larger CCRCs
mhm,
that are, come stay here when you're 55 and live the whole rest of your life out here. I'm seeing it more and more.
mhm,
It's definitely something that's happening.
mhm.
Um, what about the biggest challenge facilities are facing in 2026?
Yeah.
Have you learned anything yet about what's going to be the biggest problems? Any kind of new rules, regs, finances? I feel like finances are probably going to be a given.
I think with inflation, like finances may be a thing.
Yeah,
For some people, it depends. Depends on like what you're looking for. I think that if you're looking for like creme de la creme, Ritz Carlton facilities, communities, I'm sorry, you're gonna pay top dollar.
yeah,
And I think because of how the economy is going, like most of America is kind of falling in that range where you may not have top dollar to pay.
right.
What I do see now, like our community, is we're open. So we have sister communities that can meet your top dollar needs. But if you're kind of in that middle place like everybody else, we can meet your needs there too.
Yeah, that's
So
great. Those options are actually good to have.
I think they're phenomenal because I talked to a lady today. She was telling me how in this different county, it was south. She said that the price range went up like 100%
Oh wow.
from what it was. And that killed a lot of the leads that she was having because they just can't afford to stay there.
Yep.
So I think that as the economy shifts, I think more communities will open up the wide range of pricing. Because like
Yeah.
you said, I think that that's a big issue.
Yeah, I think opening up that range as well, having some kind of a tiered system where people can come in, stay at a nice place, but maybe they're in a certain tier in that place,
Yeah.
So I think that's definitely a good thing to start looking at for buildings, especially.
So what I would say too is that where there's a top tier, I think that the sweet spot, like our community and a few other communities, they have what's called like a strong community base. So you'll
Mhm.
see like maybe 30 or 40, like which is half people participating in the events. You don't really see that a lot. Like
Yeah.
there's usually a small population of people that do what the events are, and then most people kind of do their own thing.
Yeah.
In communities like ours, and I'm sure others, there is a large constituency of people that just want to connect. So the community really is what drives the community.
Yes.
The friendships,
I
the
agree.
hanging out, smoke breaks, the
Yep.
trips to Walmart, they gather together, and that's what makes it strong. The connection
Yeah.
is strong. I think we fall in that category. A few others fall in that category, and that's what makes it enticing.
Yes.
Yes, we're going to be cost effective. We're also going to have a strong community.
Yep.
We're going to have great care. We're going to have a nice room. Creme de la creme, maybe not. To some, yes, but we're going to meet your needs and make sure that you're happy.
No, that's great. What is one piece of advice that you'd give families starting this journey?
Yeah. Be patient with yourself.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's like drinking from a fire hose. You get into this thing and you realize it's almost like going to a different country.
Yeah.
There's a culture of senior living.
Oh yeah, there is.
There's a language.
Yeah, I had to learn it all.
You know what I mean? Terminologies.
Yeah.
Even across the different forms of like skilled nursing facility, ALF, home health, home care, like all these different things, you're going to be like,
Absolutely.
so be patient.
That's one of the things that I wish more people would look at and think about. But I can tell you from not being in the industry when I started, coming from outside to going in, it's a complete shell shock. I could sit down with somebody and like you and the more we talked about it, the more I didn't understand because you're talking in all the different acronyms and all the things you're saying. And I feel like maybe there's families that also hear that and we get so comfortable with talking to one another, and especially as marketers, because we all do these marketing events together. So we're all around our like kind all day. And so I have no problem talking to you and talking about IL, AL, PT, OT, all these different things. And yet I think when a family moves in or when the family comes in to take a tour, I think that that's something that we really need to be cognizant of and make sure that we don't use those acronyms when we're talking to them, and we talk in those layman terms so that they really understand what it is they're coming into. So, and I probably do it myself, but I don't know it anymore. You
Somebody
kinda
told me
lose that.
they said, I had talked. They're like, what is IL?
Yeah.
What is ALF? I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. Let me
Yeah.
dial it back some.
That's right.
Retract what I was saying. Go back to square one because, like you had said, if you're just coming into this thing, you have to know the basics.
Yeah.
And if I'm talking to you as a doctor would talk to a patient with all of the doctoral terms, there's no way I understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I would say
it's tough.
be patient with yourself.
Yep.
Because again, there are, I didn't do the research, but I'm sure there's probably like 20 ALS within like a 5 to 10 mile radius.
Yeah.
So you're going to have different types, different levels of care, different pricing. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Get help, call somebody and let them kind of walk you through the process.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you meeting with me today. I think this was really cool. And, anything else before we sign off about what you want to say about the building or, anything that's coming up?
Yeah.
I'll probably have this edited and go live with this thing tomorrow.
I love
So
it.
anything that anybody needs to know, I think now's the time to share that.
A couple of things. One, first, I want to thank you, man.
Yeah.
Getting into this healthcare thing, you were definitely a catalyst for me. We had a
thank you.
conversation 3 years ago
Yeah.
at Bel Air Coffee Shop. If you've never been, please check it out.
Great
It's
spot.
phenomenal.
Bel Air Coffee Shop.
Great spot. Where you really kind of set me on this path and meeting new people. So I wanted to give you kudos, man. I think that you're one of the
appreciate
best people I've met, bro.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Well, I appreciate you having the time to come do this with me and let me in your building. And I'm hoping to do a lot more of these. So,
Oh, man.
yeah, this should be a lot of fun. But anyhow, this was awesome.
Yes, sir.
Again, I appreciate it. And this is Chad, the home care guy with Avail Home Care, and we are with Benjamin Pooler
Yes,
at
sir.
the Pointe, and we will see you guys soon.
Yes.
All right.
If you're looking for ALF, we have spot for you.
All right. Share this with your friends, like, subscribe, do all that stuff on my YouTube channel, Instagram, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right.
You will avail.
Yes. Take care. Bye.